The lesser Sunda Islands provide shelter to dozens of reptile species. Needless to say, this archipelago is a true paradise for a snake tracker. Here, on these volcano slopes and in this jungle deserted by man, I hope I'll be able to root out pythons, pit vipers, or flying lizards. But my biggest challenge will be to catch a giant Komodo dragon, an impressive carnivore that doesn't think twice about attacking humans. Reptiles are strange and mysterious animals. They can be dangerous, but they're so fascinating. My name is Nathanaël Maury. I'm a photographer and herpetologist. I've decided to travel the globe on my own, carrying 26 kilograms of equipment on my back to track all known or unknown snakes, lizards, or amphibians. My project? To create a detailed encyclopedia of all these species before they disappear. That's the challenge I have to face. The first step of my expedition, Flores, an island of the Indonesian archipelago off the coast of East Timor. Flores has dry forests, rainforests, and mangrove. It's packed with a variety of biotopes, and it's perfect for my research. A rainy welcome. Okay, it could be better, but it makes frogs and snakes come out, so that's good. And there's a frog. It's a small catch, but it's a good sign for later on. The rainy season is almost over. During this period, rain showers are scarce and short-lasting. I'm heading east, far from the coastal villages where reptiles have been chased away. With my photo studio on my back, it'll take me about a day to reach these remote places. This mountainous region, grown over with rainforest, is stuffed with hideouts where snakes can take shelter. Here, in this kind of hole, you can find big, bat-loving reptiles. I'm wading deeper and deeper in bat droppings. The smell is unbearable. Oh, this is gross. These are the remains of a python's nest. This is the first time I've seen one. It's very rare. There are only a few eggs now, but there must have been about 50 initially. Not only are you walking in it, but you're also being showered with bat droppings. It's really disgusting. The air is becoming unbreathable. I have no choice but to turn back. This water releases very toxic gases. Unfortunately, there are no signs of the baby pythons. And right now, all I want is to find a place to wipe myself off. This is great. To explore this area, I don't need to carry all my gear. the white-lipped pit viper. You don't usually see them in daytime. By the shape of its head, I can tell it's a male. It's magnificent. Let's catch it. That's it. I'll use the hook because it's dangerous. The venom isn't lethal, but it's very toxic, and it can take you straight to the hospital. So what I'm doing is stroking its tail, and this encourages it to slip into the bag. Snakes' tails are a vulnerable spot, so you tease it a little and it'll go inside all by itself. Okay, I've collected my stuff. Now I can set up my bivouac, not far from the mangroves, because they teem with life after sunset. Here we are, a mosquito net, a waterproof roof, and I'm all set for the night. This is the best time to go searching for the night species, but also for diurnal species that are asleep. I'll have a better chance of catching them now than during the day. Here in the mangrove, there aren't so many species, but they come in great numbers. A snake. Cerberus rhynchops, the dog-faced water snake. This is a small snake from the Homolobstidae family, which means it's an opistoglyphous water snake. Its fangs are placed at the rear of the jaw so that it can inoculate venom only when swallowing its prey. I'm putting it in a bag. I like it done. It's beautiful. This is the first time I've found one in Indonesia. This is great. They're very often on the defensive and can even be quite aggressive, but this one isn't even trying to bite. A bag for each and everyone to spend the night. Now the idea is to make a clearing. Like that, if a lizard tries to escape, catching it would be easier. This is a mangrove frog, Feyervaya cancrivora, which has the peculiarity of resisting highly saline waters. This frog can be found at the edge of mangroves and sometimes inland. Sometimes you need to wash it several times over. Contrary to what one might think, frogs are not female toads. Generally speaking, let's say that toads have a drier and warty skin, whereas a frog's skin is moister because it produces mucus. Where toads are perfectly happy just walking, frogs are equipped with longer legs so as to jump. I'll have to watch out that it doesn't escape. So as to feature in the encyclopedia, each species must be photographed from 4 different angles. Full face, profile, from above, and especially from below. Together, the 4 pictures make a full plate. I'll be able to let it go tonight. Back to square one, after a good photo shoot. Aha! It's feeling a bit playful and wants to bite me. I use fabric to calm it down. It will feel safe and relax. So I'll be able to take my pictures. Lycodons usually live in dry habitats and feed on lizards and amphibians. But to this day, their behavior hasn't been thoroughly researched. So there's still a lot of scientific gaps regarding this species. Perfect. I'm going to take a close-up shot of the head. Now I'll turn it upside down to take a photo of the belly scales. That's it. One more plate for the encyclopedia. This is the white-lipped water pit viper, Trimeresurus insularis. I have to position it properly for the photo. There, like a figure of 8. Beautiful. It's got a beautiful green color with a red tail. When it's upset, it can lash its red tail to impress its enemies. There are 50 species of pit vipers. The pictures show the labial scales, as well as the ventral scales, which correspond to the number of vertebrae. This is how you can identify each specimen. Well, there, that's perfect. There's a very strong pronounced dimorphism in these species. This one is a male, so it's smaller than its female. They have big venom fangs, which are solenoidlifous. Solenoidlifous means that their fangs are placed at the front of the upper jaw and that they are mobile and retractable. When the mouth's closed, they're horizontal. Venom hooks grow permanently. When they lose one, another one replaces it. Now's the time to let it go. It was patient. I'm moving on eastwards. In these mountains, there's a cave that the locals call Istana Ular, the snake palace, which means a small paradise for me. I'll have to go down the river, and it won't be easy. Istana Ular is on a rather steep slope. But the best way to get there is to walk along the riverside. It's less tiring than climbing up and down these mountains. There, I made it. I really hope that the Snake Palace will live up to its promises. Right behind there's a cave. And cave means bats. And bats potentially means snakes. They're natural predators. But I'll have to wait for nightfall to make sure. They're starting to come out. Let's wait a little longer. Time to go now. The bats have taken over the bottom of the cave to escape from the predators. Not the most welcoming place. It's a paradise for cockroaches, but hell for me. A python! Wow! Look at this beauty. This is what I came for. It's a young reticulated python. It's probably 3 to 4 years old. And about 2 meters long. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't be careful. They have good teeth. There, it's finally calmed down. I'll put it in the bag now. This can be a bit tricky. This time things went well. It was super calm. Good, like that we stress it as little as possible. It's a magnificent specimen. Very light-colored for a reticulated python, and for the time being, it's quiet. So now I'll be handling it for a while to quiet it down, because you can't take photos in such a state of tension. It's constricting right now. It's very strong. You can see the infrared sensitive receptors on its snout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on either side. These shouldn't be mistaken with the nasal cavities, which are above. These receptors grant the snake thermal night vision to hunt bats in pitch black. My fingers are turning purple from the pressure. The blood can no longer circulate, so I'm going to take it away to avoid any problem. Snakes have forked tongues. They are split in 2 distinct tines at the tip. They use their tongue only for smelling and never for tasting. They have an additional organ, the Jacobson's organ, under their palate. When snakes pull their tongue in, they analyze the molecules they grabbed to find out where the smell comes from. This organ is much more efficient than a dog's nose, for example. I'm really glad to have this specimen. It's absolutely gorgeous, a beauty of nature. I'm not using gloves for this catch, because this snake isn't very dangerous. If ever he bites me, it would be relatively benign, but quite painful, so better avoid that. There. It won't be easy, because this is a rather large snake for the light box I use. It's rolling up again. Let's leave it alone. I'll keep on handling it until it calms down. Because I can't take pictures if it isn't quiet. Wonderful. I've got the perfect shot. Well, hello there. You've just knocked everything down. So, now I'll try to take shots of the belly scales, which is slightly tricky with a snake of this size and strength. Great, it has relaxed. This is perfect. Really nice shot. It's unexpected, as it was moving a lot. When the animals are calm, I can take clearer pictures. Here you can see the incredible geometric pattern of this specimen. And also the peculiarity of the python, its vertical pupils. They contract in bright light to protect the retina. Okay, we're done. I'm taking you back home. Off you go. It was nice meeting you. To reach the coast and the boat that's waiting there for me, I'll have to cross an area of hilly savannas first. Here, most of the animals have fled the deforestation, but you always have to keep your eyes peeled and watch out for the slightest sound.
어떡해.
I heard a tokay gecko. I'll try and catch it. It's slippery. This is hell. There, got it. Oh. It hurt so much. A nice tokay specimen. But that was really tough. Okay, let's move on. Amongst geckos, tokays are one of the most dangerous. I really don't feel like getting bitten. It's already attacked the bag. They're like pit bulls and never let go. They won't give up until they feel safe. Ah, it's turning over. I may have a chance. I have to place it in a nice position because right now it's playing dead. And I take pictures of live animals. That's not too bad. Now I have to do the belly. Hey, come here, buddy. Relax. It looks rather quiet now. A ventral view. Thanks to this high-definition photography, we can see under the toes millions of hairs called setae. By changing the direction of these microscopic hairs, it can either let go or, on the contrary, keep its grip. The tokay is a very strong animal. In theory, it can withstand a 130-kilogram load. That's why I'm wearing a glove. It spares me some discomfort. I've got another technique. Let's put it back on the tree. I'll move away a bit. Okay, it really doesn't want to leave. It's time to leave Flores to go tease a much more impressive reptile.
Halo, selamat pagi.
I'm heading to Rinca, where I'll be able to meet my challenge, capturing a giant Komodo monitor. One of the largest populations of Komodo monitors lives in Rinca. There are about 4,000 left in the wild, distributed over 5 islands. Bye!
Bye! But be careful, there are lots of dragons around here.
I never had a chance to capture a Komodo monitor so far, and I'd really like it to go into my encyclopedia. When you're in a place like this, it's best to walk in the riverbed. It's in the open, and if you're lucky, you'll see the reptiles coming to drink. It's a double advantage. This island is completely wild. Few people venture here on their own. Those are monitor prints, the first ones. That's a small one, with small footprints, and the print of the tail. Great. They're here. I knew it, but it's reassuring. I noticed a young monitor. Let's try and get closer. It still has its juvenile colors, but it's already starting to grow. They're still shy when they're this young. I won't stress it, nor try to catch it. Juveniles are mistrustful, very swift and very fast. From the moment they hatch, they know from instinct they have to flee. It's getting very hot. It went to find shelter in the shade to thermoregulate. They're only active in the early morning and late afternoon. A water buffalo. I should be careful. They can charge any time. They are on the Komodo monitor's diet. Although they're very large animals, monitors just love them. Dragons just bite buffaloes, but can't kill them. They wait until the wounds become infected to attack the weakened individuals. Rooting out snakes isn't easy in the daytime, but I have a pretty good technique, the sports mode. It doesn't always work, but there's a good chance it will. You run in the riverbed, and when there is one, it has no time to escape. I didn't make it this time, but it doesn't mean that I won't succeed next time. I thought I'd find a waterfall here. I was expecting to find more water at the end of the rainy season. Now it's very dry. It's not the best time for finding animals. When it's hot like that, and you can't find anything, you can try another technique. You turn large stones and large branches over. You often find wildlife underneath. There's nothing here. Nothing there. Nothing at all. You must put the stones back in place, because they provide shelter for lots of animals. Same here. Still nothing. An Indotyphlops braminus. It looks like a worm, but in fact it's a snake, one of the smallest snakes on the planet. They have a distinctive feature. They're lucifugus, meaning they feel light. So they only come out at night. And during daytime, they stay buried in the ground. And what really makes them special is that they've developed a camouflage smell. Thanks to this, they can enter anthills to feed on the larvae without being attacked. And they do the same thing with termites. They are jewels of biodiversity. All right, photo shoot. They are very special snakes. Males are useless in this species and are very rare. The females reproduce only through parthenogenesis. Actually, it's as if they produced small clones. I'm going to change lenses now, because I have to take a close-up shot of the mouth. Now, that's a bit tricky, because you can only focus by moving forward or backwards. You cannot autofocus. The braminus is a snake that burrows into the ground. It's also called the island blind snake. Its eyes are covered with small translucent scales. It can't distinguish images, but it's capable of registering light intensity. I'm done with it. I'll let it go. There's a species of flying lizard that lives in this forest. I'd like to catch one. I don't have it yet in the encyclopedia. They can only be found in trees. Dracos feed on ants, and when they want to flee, they glide. That's why they're called flying lizards. Their color helps them blend completely with the trees, like a camouflage livery. I've just seen a draco sleeping behind that trunk. I'll try and catch it. How about that? Sometimes you get lucky. I'm going to try to unfurl its throat flap. It's actually a color device that males use to attract females. I've taken several shots of dracos in the past, but never of this one. The hardest part is placing it in the same position as in flight, so as to take a picture that's artistic as well as interesting for identification. There, it's ready. You can easily tell that the wings are in fact ribs linked together by a membrane. With their wings, they can glide from tree to tree as far as 20 meters, which is incredible for such a small animal. Okay, I can let it go now. It really deserves it. I'm leaving the heart of the island and going back to the coast. I hope that the giant monitors will be around. This is the giant Komodo monitor, the largest lizard on Earth. It can reach a record size of 3 meters for close to 160 kilograms. They look peaceful, but you shouldn't trust them. They are very swift and can reach a speed of 20 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds. Komodo monitors are opportunistic animals and can smell carrion from very far. Here, it was a dead fish on the beach, but it could very well be the carcass of a mammal, such as a pig or a buffalo. They're formidable predators. They have powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and don't hesitate to attack humans. Their bites regularly make victims. Now is the challenge, immobilizing it for the belly shot. If I want to succeed, I'll have to take them by surprise at dawn, while they're still numb from the cool of the night. I'm going to avoid spending the night close to the beach. I prefer sleeping higher up with all the monitors and buffaloes around. Let's go chase the dragons. There's a dragon right here. It's still asleep. I'll try and catch it first thing when it wakes up. It'll be easier. Now it's attached to the tree, I'll try and immobilize it. Okay, it has more or less calmed down. I'm going to have to tie up the mouth and the feet. I'll start with the feet. Its claws are sharp as razor blades. Now it's time to attach the jaws. This is a tricky moment, but he's already pretty much entangled, so it should go well. There. He's tied up. It's important to try and calm him down. He'll be easier to handle if he understands that I'm not a threat. He has to look nice for the photo. First, I'll turn him over to take the ventral shot. We'll have plenty of time to take the other photos afterwards. I don't think he's going to like it. You have to rub well to see all the scales, otherwise it's pointless. I think I've just taken the first ventral shot of a Komodo dragon. It may one day serve as a reference to compare this population with others. Now that I have the ventral shot, I'll free the hind feet, hoping he'll stay quiet. Got it. It's a wrap. The Komodo monitor is going to feature in my encyclopedia, and that's what I came here for. I'm so happy. This is super cool. Seeing as I'm rather used to small specimens, I haven't been disappointed here. Between the python in Flores and the dragons in Rinca, only monsters. Now, all I have to do is to choose the best shots. They say you can only properly protect what you know well. So, I hope this inventory will stir up passions and reveal the essential role that these animals play in the wild. 16,000 reptiles and amphibian species populate our planet. My mission has just barely started.